Well, it's lunchtime again, and this is the third day in a row of the Italian sub from New York Bagel Deli. Third day. I mean, the thing was so incredibly big. It came in 2 huge chunks if you watched the other videos, if you dined with me and the other videos. And I portioned things out. I don't eat a lot. Well, obviously, if you see me, you'll know I'm not skinny mini. Surprising that I don't eat an enormous amount of food and am not skinny mini. But that's the way it is. Okay, so this is my third day in a row. Now, I was saying on a previous video that I used to get 2 and 3 entrees, take them home from the restaurant, portion them out for the rest of the week. And then that locked me into, well, not eating on the spur of the moment during the week. So I stopped doing that. But this submarine sandwich, which I have wanted for months because it's so incredibly good, is lasting me 3 days. So this is my last day. This will be 2 meals. Of course, it's always combined and paired with chips. Trader Joe's dill pickle chips. So before I share with you my thinking for the day, shall we raise our forks and knives and sandwiches and have a bite together to start off our lunch? An odd-sized chip. One more. What a great taste combination. But to top it off, Campanetta. We have this magnificent Italian grocery deli in Santa Monica on Lincoln. It is unfreaking believable. Like the Italian stores where my aunt used to live and my mother grew up. Phenomenal Italian grocers. You got everything, all the imports from Italy. We don't have that many anymore, but we've got this one killer one in Santa Monica. Phenomenal. All right. Something I want to share to see where you're at on. Here's what I want to share. Every day, this has been my mantra for this year. I want to wake up proud of myself. I want to wake up feeling that I lived the previous day well. And what does well mean to me? Primarily, it means not eating after 3 o'clock. Okay, it's all about food. And then it's about people and life. Well, let's just do the food thing first. I never liked eating dinner. Ever, 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 ever as a kid, I never liked eating dinner. And my dad loved fine dining. So he would take us to beautiful restaurants and everybody would eat. My mother would always overeat. My mother would always eat more than was comfortable. And in the car going home, she would always say, "Oh my God, I feel so sick. I ate too much." And we're like, "Shut up, please. You don't have any filter. You have no idea how to regulate yourself. We don't want to hear this." At the end of every freaking dinner out, we have to listen to, "You ate too much and you don't feel well." Sorry, Mom, you know I miss you. Every day of my life, I do miss you. But that was highly annoying. So what I would do at dinner, my dad supported ordering anything. So lobster, I loved lobster. I would take it home. I would eat it the next day for breakfast and lunch. And that's it. Then at dinner, at the dinner table, I would be the comedian. I would be the one telling jokes and being ridiculous while everybody else ate. That's what I love to do. And so waking up feeling proud of myself means I stopped eating at 3 o'clock, which is my normal body clock, and I did not eat emotionally at night when I go home. Now, it's actually really hard to eat emotionally because I don't have food in the house. I don't have food in the house. I don't have food in the house because I eat emotionally. So let's just take the temptation away and not have food. No. I can only do this because I live with cats. Proud cat parent, proud cat woman, cat woman without kids. Proud of that. Don't mind that at all. The cats need parents. They love you. They really appreciate when you take care of them. My cats do. My cats come when I call them. And it's not that they give me unconditional love. Oh, it's conditional. They give me conditional love. If they don't want to be pet, they'll snarl. But I got to tell you, they do appreciate they have a good home. So I have cat food, which I don't eat. Unlike the bad rap these poor Haitians got in Springfield, Ohio. It is true on the debate. Donald Trump said Springfield, Illinois, but it's Springfield, Ohio, apparently. J.D. Vance's district. I am so sorry, Haitians. Unless it's part of your culture to eat cats and dogs, which, by the way, it is in some cultures that they do. Nobody's, and then how did that happen? I mean, just the logic. Sorry about this. I'm going out on a tangent. I didn't think I'd go here today. How does this work? You're a Haitian living in Springfield, Ohio. Whether you voted for J.D. Vance or not, God knows. I don't think he cares, because as he's spreading the rumor, untrue rumor, that Haitian immigrants, illegal Haitian immigrants, are eating cats and dogs. Here's logistics just went into my head, because I'm a divorce mediator and I'm used to people spewing emotional bullshit in our meetings. And, all I do is I go into logistics. So how exactly do you want to enact this? How exactly did this take place? And then they have to recreate their story. So when I heard this at the presidential debate, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. What's going on? Is he out of his mind? No, there was actually a rumor on a Facebook site that the woman apologized for and took down. For some reason, some woman in the community thought her cat was stolen. And of course, stolen by a Haitian immigrant. Who else, right? Ridiculous. And I'm like, well, how does this work? Do Haitian immigrants go to people's homes, look in their yards, and then scoop up the animals in the yards? And then how do they eat them? Do they cook them? What do they do? I mean, just the logic, the logistics and the logic were like, okay, this is ridiculous. Going back to, sorry about that. I don't eat house pets. I take care of house pets. I am dedicated. In fact, there was the weatherman, Henry DiCarlo, this morning on KTLA News, who was saying, there was some kind of piece about marrying the wrong person. So naturally, I perked up because I'm in divorce, right? I'm a paralegal. I file and I mediate. And so Henry DiCarlo says, as a comment at the end of the piece, if you really want to know what your potential spouse is like, look at the way they deal with animals. Look at the way they deal with pets or any animal at all, because that's how they're going to treat you. The way they treat animals they're going to treat you. So does this then mean, so I'm like, you know what, you're right. But does this mean that this fake story about Haitian immigrants eating house pets, does that mean that they'll eat you? I mean, listen, this is ridiculous. Anyway, waking up feeling proud. I do not have food in the house. I just have cat food because I can't be trusted. I will emotionally eat in the middle of the night or before I go to bed or whatever. So I have no food. So as long as I stop eating at 3 o'clock, that's the first thing that makes me feel proud of myself. But here's the other thing. How well did I treat people? That's really important to me. And how well did I treat myself? How did I let people treat me? Because in the field of divorce, people can transfer their fear and anger onto anybody working with them. I mean, how dare you do that to me? People have. People have forgotten. They're not divorcing me. I'm doing the paperwork, but I am in the middle of your life. I've had to correct them. You cannot speak to me in an untoward way. You must speak up. You must always speak up and just say, no, this is not acceptable. If you cannot speak to me in a better way, we cannot speak. So proud of myself yesterday. I have these clients, they came in, they started the filing almost 5 years ago, and we have a 5-year shelf life on the divorce process in California. You cannot go over 5 years. You must be done with your divorce in 5 years unless you request special option for keeping the case open. Maybe you're in a lot of trials, who knows? Okay. So I'm always very clear what I charge and that it's due then and there that day. So a gentleman calls me a few weeks ago. Judy, we need to finish the paperwork for the divorce. Okay, fine. I chose the hourly rate of $175 an hour. I didn't know how to put a flat fee onto it because you just never know. Unless I start the divorce, I do use a flat fee when I start the divorce. But if I have to pick a divorce up in the middle of it, no, I go on hourly generally because I will not make out if I do flat fee. There's always a lot of BS involved when I pick up a case that's already started. So I was very clear with the gentleman. I charge $175 an hour. It's due when you're there, and it'll be about 4 hours you're going to be in the office. That's what I projected. I actually got done in a little under 3 hours. I was very proud of myself. Very proud of myself that I was able to economize for them. I saw an easier way to move through the rest of the filing. And so I like doing that. I like saving people money. I feel proud of myself. I feel good about that. He comes 40 minutes late. She comes exactly on time. Great. So we start working. I start working with her. I'm able to do some work for her before he gets there. He gets there. She's able to leave first because I got her to sign off on all of her stuff. And then I said, I'm going to work with him because there's some things I have to do with just him one-on-one that he hasn't done yet. I do that with him, and really we get through it quite efficiently. And I said, okay, this is the most I can do today. Here's what still has to be done. It's very little. I project like an hour and a half still we're going to work together. And so for today, it's XXX. And he's like, oh my God, are you kidding? I'm like, no, it's less than I projected. Are you kidding? This is great. You're supposed to say thank you to me, Judy. This is less than I thought it was going to be. Instead, he says, well, I don't have that much money. I said, I told you what it was going to cost. You knew. I told you on the phone twice. I put it in an email. I told you what you had to bring in the office, which you didn't do. Hanging me up. No, this is what it is. Well, can we do a payment plan? No, we cannot do a payment plan. This is a personal service. You're a complete stranger. I'm not going to put you on a payment plan after everything is done. I've done this for too long, and I'm too old to go down this ridiculous road of you owe me money. He has half of it. All right, I'll take half. Nothing else will be done until you pay me the balance. And then once you pay me the balance, you must give me in advance money to complete. I'm not doing it any other way. And it's interesting because he knew exactly what he was doing. He knew. How dare you not do what I ask you to do, though, in order to make my role for you easier. But that doesn't matter. It's speaking up for yourself in a nice way. I was not mean and thoughtless. Sorry about this. It's annoying the heck out of me. I was not mean, but I was direct. And you know, women appreciate this. I've had women who have had very little money who do the same thing to me. And I say, I'm so sorry, no. I can't do anything more until you pay me. All the work we've done, I'm not doing anything. We're not filing anything until you pay me. And one woman actually said, you know what, I respect that you took this position. You could have felt sorry for me and gone the extra mile, and maybe I would never have been able to pay you. But I appreciate that you stood up for yourself. Thank you. Thank you. And so that's what I just want to pass along to you. I know it's hard. I know when you're facing somebody and they owe you money and you're in a bind, what do? All you can do is say, no, I'm so sorry. This was inappropriate. Why are you treating me this way? Here I scheduled you. I gave you my time. I could have worked with other people. I could have done other work where people are actually paying me. Yeah. So I appreciate and I'm proud of the way I handled that. And then funny enough, she called back. I was just ready to write the email and I said to him, you know, we have to tell her what's going on, that I can't do anything more for either of you until there's the money there to pay me. And maybe I was out of his price range, then don't come in. Don't schedule time to come in. Don't use my time. Well, here we are right now. More than likely he will, but here's what she said. So as I'm writing the email to her, she calls. So tell me how it went down. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, you're going to get an email. I'm going to say this in an email because I told him I was going to email you, but here's what went down. And she just said, so ultimately, she said, I'll pay you. If he doesn't, I will. We've got to get through this. And I'm like, okay, good, good. So there was that. I finished everything. Okay, one little thing I didn't do, but it didn't matter. I finished 95% of what I had. I was pleasant, even to somebody who was screwing me. I didn't eat at night. I didn't overeat or eat emotionally, which I am prone to doing. And so I feel really good about starting the day. And that's just what I wanted to share. I wanted to share, it's such a crazy world. We're going through so much in this country. But the only person we can control is ourselves. And as long as we can do the best we can do on any given day and wake up the next day proud of ourselves, I think we're doing really well. So I share that with you. Communicate back to me. I'm happy to have dialogue because you know ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm eating it all for you.